The cross-examination of Magistrate Vivienne Cronje will resume in the Senzo Meyiwa murder trial in a short while. On Friday, the Pretoria High Court ruling that the audio recording of Bongani Ntanzi's confession by Magistrate Cronje was a violation of his rights. The judge ruling that the state could not submit the recording as evidence, but the defense is not off the hook just yet, as they still have to prove that the confession statements were made under duress. Newzroom Afrika's Mnisi is live for us in Pretoria this morning, and he fills us in on what we're likely to hear from the court today. So, Linda, many of us may have thought that when the judge said the audio recording of the so-called confession was thrown out, that meant that even the statements that may have been signed by the accused would also be thrown out. So is that where the battle is this morning?
Well, you'd recall that the audio recording was described as the state as merely an electronic version of the statement, which was already, of course, in dispute in this court, ultimately triggering a trial within a trial. But this audio recording was meant to be admitted as supplementary evidence, the state making that application to have that audio recording admitted as supplementary evidence, but not succeeding in that the manner in which it was captured violated the constitutional rights of Bongani Ntanzi, who is accused number 2 in this particular matter. So the audio recording itself inadmissible due to the manner in which it was obtained. And you also remember that at the heart of this trial within a trial are issues of rights, the constitutional rights of an accused person as enshrined in the Constitution. So it now leaves the defense with the statements to prove that they were obtained unconstitutionally and that Bongani Ntanzi as well as made those confessions under duress, and that's why we're still dealing with the trial within a trial in this matter. After that ruling, which was unprecedented, we've never had a South African court deal with an issue of a magistrate recording a suspect without their consent, and ultimately that recording wanting to be used as evidence in a trial within a trial. So what we're left with here are these statements which the defense started cross-examining Magistrate Cronje on them on Friday. You recall Advocate Mnisi, who is now arguing on behalf of accused number 1 and 2, this is of course inclusive of Bongani Ntanzi, is tried to seemingly display to the court that these confession statements may have been obtained unconstitutionally, touching on a few key elements like the issue around his legal representative having been there. You'll remember this is the state's version that according to their records and the statement that they had, the lawyer for Bongani Ntanzi was present when he made this confession statement before a magistrate. Now they asked her whether she had made a copy of the Fidelity Fund certificate. This is a certificate that all legal representing or practicing legal representatives need to have when representing a person or a suspect. And she said, well, she did not make a copy of that particular Fidelity Fund certificate, but did capture the certificate number, which then means that that particular lawyer, Dominic Mjiako, can be traced. So he says the fact that he says he wasn't represented is a clear lie, and that the instructions that he's giving to his lawyers are based on untruths, because he also disputes the issue around assault. And she says he's lying because I asked him about whether or not he had been assaulted. An interesting point that the defense wanted to push during cross-examination was how the magistrate introduced herself to Bongani Ntanzi. Advocate Mnisi saying the fact that she said she's a magistrate already kind of induced somewhat of an influence on him to, of course, make the statement. But the judge questioning what else should she have said to Bongani Ntanzi, who had come to him at the time to make a statement. And she says, well, he'll argue it at a later stage. So this morning we're expecting cross-examination by Advocate Mnisi to start. Polly?
Mnisi, thank you very much. Live update there from Mnisi ahead of the start to this trial.